Well, Doug, I can ask a question from a Philadelphia 767 First Officer Mark Devine. He's asking, our transatlantic product is inferior to our competitors and will come under further pressure once JetBlue fields the 321 LR in the Mint configuration. Is there anything you can do beyond our current fleet plan to address this threat? How do you explain this to analysts and shareholders?
Okay, I reject the premise that our transatlantic product is inferior to our competition, but I wish that pilot was here so he could let us know exactly why he feels that way. But anyway, my view of our transatlantic product is it's fantastic. We depends on what airplane you're on, but as long as you have one of our newer airplanes, I think certainly versus our partner even British Airways, I think our product is superior to theirs. And anyway, so we should all feel really good about our transatlantic product and certainly where it's headed. As we phase out 767s and bring in new aircraft, I think we have a product that is as good or better than anyone flying transatlantic, as it should be. So anyway, so that piece, I think I feel good about certainly where we're headed. To the extent we're not all the way there, it's just because we do have some airplanes that still need to be retired. But Vasu, again, well, first off, that question is really timely because we just announced yesterday an order for 50 A321XLRs. This really is it's not a new order. It's a exchange for aircraft that we had already ordered, A321s that the company has on order. We took 30 firm deliveries and 20 options for A321s and converted those to A321XLR and firmed up 20 of the options. So 50 aircraft commitment to the A321XLR. That airplane is, again, it's the A321 fuselage. It's the same, but the Airbus has figured out a way to move the fuel tanks in a way that it can carry more fuel and it's lighter, and as a result has more range. So Vasu, why don't you talk about what we could do with that aircraft versus what we could do with the other 321s?
Yeah, so we're excited for the 321 XLR joining the family. It's a very capable airplane because it's the fuselage, as Doug said, of a 321. And with that airplane, we can do a lot of different things with it. We can outfit it in an international friendly configuration and fly from all of our East Coast hubs, Charlotte, Miami, and critically Philadelphia and even New York City, into secondary markets in Europe that don't have enough demand for a big wide body like a 787 or a 777. But what we can also do is we can fly it in a number of transcon markets. Over the years, we've experimented with putting wide bodies or even the 321T in other markets such as Boston, LA, or Philly to San Francisco. And so this enables us to go do that too. And we have one platform in the 321 that does that. So it solves a lot of problems for us. Also enables us to go and add more flights from Charlotte to Europe where it's really difficult to go and just gate another 330 in the hub airport. So we're excited for it. And to Doug's earlier point about our product, really probably the only product that we have that's even a question mark in our transatlantic fleet, and our global airline fleet, is a 767. And next summer, at the end of next summer, it'll even be out of Philadelphia as well, replaced with 330s and 787s.
Yeah. So again, back on the 321 XLR, when do they show up?
They start showing up at the end of 23, and we'll take 50 of them over the next several years thereafter.
And since it's far enough out, you won't actually be announcing anything. What kinds of markets are you talking about, just to give people some idea?
Yeah, so we'll be a little bit careful of this so that none of our competitors beat us to the punch. But we anticipate a lot of markets that are small cities in Europe. Think airplanes or routes that we could have flown in a 757, but this airplane has 25% lower unit cost than that. There's a number of cities, secondary cities in Spain and France, where we have a ton of network strength with the joint venture. And there's also a number of markets in Germany where today people fly into the southeast or into Florida, but they have to double connect or they have to fly to another hub and drive. And that could be optimally served out of a place like Charlotte.
Yeah, thanks. So that's the point I was trying to make. It opens up markets we would never be able to fly. We would never serve with wide bodies because there's just not enough demand. But it'll allow us to do international flying to markets nonstop that we never could do before. So it's a bit of a game changer in that regard. Not a game changer is a bit of a stretch, but it opens up markets and missions that we would never have been able to serve with anything else. So we're excited about it. And JetBlue indeed has ordered the same aircraft. 15, I think I read, is what JetBlue's order was. They won't get them any sooner than we do. And some other airlines announced their orders being announced this week because the Paris Air Show is going on. What else?